Still relatively early in the morning and there's not much wind at the moment, so the river's nice and still, and you get to parts of it where there's just cracking reflections where there's not much flow. It's absolutely beautiful down there. Okay. Just check out this view on the sat nav of that wiggly road. How cool is that? Love these types of roads really alongside rivers. Path just goes on and on. We've seen some amazing sights down here. This river is absolutely beautiful. There's absolutely stunning reflection on it just here. Incredible. Can't go wrong with a bit of reflection, can you? So after 90 plus miles, we've just about finished the Lolo Pass. What an incredible ride that was. Still stunning views. Roads, or the valley's starting to widen out, the roads are getting a little bit straighter now. But yeah, stunning ride over 2 days. I've never been on a road that was so twisty for so long. An absolute cracker, the Lolo Pass. Well, we just stopped on the last bit of the Lolo highway, and Nigel's caught us up with the support vehicle. It shows how we're always last. But not only is there incredibly good facilities, believe it or not, that hut, it even smells nice in there. But check out this little beach by the river. What a spot, eh? How lovely is this? And yeah, before you ask, we have been in. When we got here, there were no cars here, so me and Mrs. Flyer had a little dip. Only up to our knees, of course, for a cool down, but very lovely, very refreshing. That's what it's all about, isn't it, eh? Fabulous. Right, back on the bike, let's find a cafe. Excellent little stop we just had down there, just as we come into the end of the highway. Little beach down there, fantastic. What a lovely spot. Who knew Idaho was so beautiful? Right, it's 83 degrees Fahrenheit now, warming up. We've got the vents open now, getting into the big heat of the day. Once again, even though we have no clue what the weather forecast is today because we had no internet access last night. That was a bit of a shocker for some of us, I can tell you. But the great food at the lodge made up for the lack of internet access. But the meteorologist in me would say, I think the weather's going to be alright. So yeah, Carol reminded me to say that this is the Clearwater National Forest, is the area we're in, if you're wondering. Right, it is time we found a cafe for a cool drink. They are a bit few and far between around here, as you can imagine. Well, Well, this is what motorcycling is all about, isn't it? It's another one of those good to be alive type of days. What a phenomenal ride. You have to travel a long way to get anything like this at home, where you have to get to Scotland, and then you wouldn't get roads that were this smooth, well surfaced, wide and sweepy. Just phenomenal riding roads and scenery, a rare combination. I think you'd have to go to Spain to get this, anything approaching it, and then you have nowhere near as much of it. The road surfaces certainly wouldn't be as good. I mean, look at this road, it's absolutely cracking. This asphalt is beautiful. A couple of horses. Seems to be a lot of ranches along here. Beautiful houses. What a place to live. A right bomb off your Amazon Prime orders, I imagine. Or indeed nipping out for a quick curry takeaway. But other than that, stunning. And let's face it, compared to where we were in the Yukon a few weeks back, this is a metropolis. Just gets better and better out here. Just look at this beautiful place. Stunning. So we're in the Nez Perce Indian Reservation now, apparently. Certainly looks like that sort of territory. 89 degrees Fahrenheit. It's something like, I think it's the 26th of August that we're filming this. Oh, dog on the road. Every corner, every bend, another stunning view. This is definitely one of the best motorcycling roads I've ever ridden, no doubt about it. If not the best. Let's give them a wave. Oh, trikes. My mistake. Oh no, bikes with trailers. I definitely shouldn't have waved. That said, they've probably got crates of cold beer in there, so maybe I shouldn't be so sharp to poo-poo the idea. When in Rome and all that. Right, we're just approaching a little town now called Kamaya. I think it's pronounced like that. Just about to cross the bridge into town. And according to our intelligence, i.e. this bit of printed paper I've got on here, there's a really nice cafe in town. And it's high time. Me and Mrs. Fly visited one. I think a cool drink might be in order. Right, welcome to the town of Kamaya, where, well, again, it's one of these little frontier towns. Check this out. Nice truck. And this is the recommended resto. So we'll see if we get ourselves a milkshake. Why not? Oh, properly cool. Right, so we made it into the Hearthstone Bakery. We've been joined by Nigel again. We can't shake him off. Yeah. But we've gone a bit sort of Anglo-American today. Check out this combo. A proper cup of tea and a bit of milkshake for a quick imbibe, and then a cup of tea for a bit of civilization. And Nigel's gone cookie, but is it soft?
Yes, it is, unfortunately.
That doesn't work. How can you have a soft... Nigel, you're a shocker. I can't have him on camera. This is a nightmare. What a top place with proper teas as well. It's brilliant. Right, back out into the heat. Wow. Oh, she's stopping for a chat. Check this place out, it's amazing. Loved it. Right, back on the bike. Well, that was a cool little town. Again, another one of these little frontier towns. Felt really quite authentic. Amazing, nestled here in these hills that have got a bit of Arizona about them because they're brown as opposed to the greens we've been seeing until now. Obviously a sun trap. Anyway, next town we're heading to is Lewiston, 62 miles ahead. I'm not sure what the journey's like from here to there. Only one way to find out. The thermometer is now showing 93 degrees Fahrenheit out here. 93. Absolutely scorcher. I think that's the hottest it's been on the whole trip. We're still on that Lewis and Clark trail, by the way. The trail of which I know very little. But it strikes me that the place we're going to, Lewiston, is obviously named after the fella Lewis. Or is it a lady? I don't know. Anyway, it's a long trail. Well, a scenic place to have a little stop for some roadworks, but I could really do with not waiting around on this bike when it's 93 degrees out and I'm in my full winter kit. Well, I think this might be the longest roadwork wait we've had yet. We must have been waiting here for 15 minutes and still no sign of movement. Quite a queue of traffic behind us, and it's still 92 degrees Fahrenheit. I've still got all my winter kit on. Great. Starting to lose the will to live. Water? Oh, what a man. Well, we're quite excited now, because after about 20 minutes of waiting, a truck seems to be coming down the road. Could that mean the end is nigh? Oh, everybody's starting their engines. This is exciting. Surely our time will come soon. Maybe that's the last truck. Check out this big old Peterbilt. What a vehicle. Gotta love an American truck. Right, seems like that might be it. Could we be moving now? Oh, yes we are. Fancy standing there in that heat all day doing that. Not fun. I'll give him a little wave, see how happy he is. Thank you. Oh, yeah, he's happy enough. Mrs. Flyer's just saying she could have gone for a dip in the time that we're waiting there, which is very true, she could have done. Looks like they might be clearing up a bit of a landslide. Incredibly, we've only just come around the corner, maybe a quarter of a mile, and that's the end of the roadworks. It wasn't very long at all. Amazing. And in that time, look, temperature now, oh, it's just gone back to 93. It went to 95 for a while. Nuts hot. What was that big wait about? I do not know. Anyway, let's hope we have no more of those. 134 miles to go until we get to our hotel for the night. Just come through the town of Orofino. Excellent little airfield to my right here. Nice long runway. Undertake this Pontiac Firebird as you do. Just slow down a little as we come through town. I think the speed limit through is 50, so maybe I should just rein it back a bit. It looks like that's it for the twisty stuff. It's a bit of a shame. Really enjoyed that. Back into civilization again. So this river on our right that we've been following for some time is actually called the Clearwater River. And it's getting quite serious now. It's getting quite wide. I suspect we'll be following it for some way yet. Just opened my visor for a bit of airflow into the face in an attempt to cool myself down. It's like opening an oven door. It's incredible. The temperature gauge is now showing 96 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's hotter than ever. So I'm keeping the visor closed. In fact, it's cooler with the visor closed. It's nuts. Well folks, welcome to the city, town, not sure which, of Lewiston, where we've just been in here in the Mystic Cafe. It's absolutely brilliant. Nice and air-conned, and we had a nice cool drink, but it's absolutely baking out here. So hot in fact that the camera gave up the ghost. It got to 98 degrees Fahrenheit and the camera shut down. So sorry if there was an abrupt end to the last bit of filming. We've got about another 74 miles to do to Dayton, so another couple of hours. I think there might be some twisty stuff, I'm not sure. Absolutely baking, as you can see. The hottest I've ever ridden in. I'm in the full rucker stuff. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's hit the road again. Let's get this show on the move as soon as possible, as it is superheating. Right, my observer on the back, if you can just check, see if it's clear. bizarre vehicle. After the silver one, yeah? Well, Cheerio, the Mystic Cafe. What a brilliant place that was. In hindsight, should have taken a little bit of video inside, but hey ho. Right, I want to do a right on D Street in 0.2 of a mile. Again, another great little town, somewhere I've never heard of, but it's a completely authentic feeling as a kind of frontier town. Again, there's a lot of those around here. Mountains over the back now, it looks almost desert-like. That's how hot we've suddenly become. What a contrast from Alaska and the Yukon a couple of weeks ago when we were up there in that damp, cold weather. And now look at it, we're basically in the desert, in the Wild West. What a fantastic trip it's been. Still, it's not over yet, plenty more to go, including today, 73 miles. Not sure what this next 73 miles to Dayton holds, but we'll find out. We just hope the camera holds out. Which, given it's 97 here at the moment, it may well not do. Oh, what a fabulous place. I really like it here for some reason. It just feels proper Americana to me. It's like you're in a Hollywood set or something. Brilliant. Right, got to do a left up here. Over Snake River and entrance to the state of Washington. Cheerio, Idaho. Hello, Washington. Another brand new state for me and Carol. We've never been here before. Quite different to how I imagined. Look at that, those mountains over there. Amazing. And what a bridge. What a cool place. Hell's Canyon Recreation Office. Gotta love these names. So Mrs. Flyer has noticed that some of the buildings here have got 1908 written on them, which is around the time Lewis and Clark came through on the trail. This is still that trail, believe it or not. Spawning towns as they made their way across America. And up ahead just looks like desert. Fantastic. I've got a thing about US deserts. I've never been to any up here before, but I've been to Arizona and Utah, places like that. But I had no idea that there were bits of basically desert here in Washington. Who knew? Love all these old style signs. So this motel sign here, look, and indeed that motel. This is proper Americana now. I love this stuff. I don't know why, it just reminds me of the 1960s or something. And cool stuff. Look at that old drive-in. Fabulous. 99 degrees now. Will we make the 100 before we reach our hotel tonight? Cool old cars here. Tell you what, Freddie Dobbs would love it out here. Right up his street. Right up mine too, I must say. Any American viewers, you probably think I'm very easily pleased. Well, I am. I love your country. Right, let's find a way out of Lewiston then. And onwards on the US 12 towards Dayton, our home for the night. On my right is something that is humorously called, I think, the Wawa River. W-A-W-A-W-A-I. I assume that's an old Indian name, native, First Nation, whatever we call them. Anyway, Wawa River. It looks pretty substantial to me as well. Oh, a bit of shade, nice. So we just come into another one of these towns, which I call frontier towns. I don't know why, they just remind me of cowboy films. This one's called Pomeroy. And look at it, I mean, it's straight out of the, well, 1920s. Look at these buildings. You can imagine it, can't you, in its heyday. Having said that, it's not doing too bad now. It's certainly not a run-down place. There's quite a bit of industry as we came in, grain, that sort of thing. Some more grain silos up here. Obviously an agricultural community.